Happy New Year, everyone. I just wanted to come and say Happy New Year. And with it being the new year, everyone has resolutions, right? Right. Yep, I do. I guess they're resolutions. I mean, I always had goals. I had sat down and thought about my goals back in probably November of what I wanted to do for this year, because I said that I needed to be in a different place by the time I'm 30. And I am 30, but I still have a few more months left in the year of me being 30. So I got a lot to get done in a little bit of time. I mean, I don't know. I had long years ago set a place that by the time I'm 30, this is what I want to be doing. But life happened, and I allowed myself to get off track, and I allowed myself to let circumstances and things that went on in my life, I allowed it to hinder me. And I say I allowed it because I'm the only person that can control me, and I'm the only person that is responsible for how I feel, whether I want to be happy, sad, mad, whatever. So, it took me years and years to acquire the knowledge that, yes, indeed, I am the one that's responsible for my happiness. So, probably back in maybe February of 2014 is when I started to read more self-help books and personal development books. And, I'd get like, all right, yeah, I'm about to take over the world. I'm about to do all of this. And then it kind of fizzle down. And I'd be like, well, maybe not yet. And I really don't feel up to it. And I don't have a lot of family support out here. And this and this and this and this. And I kept making excuses for why I didn't have or I wasn't doing, as opposed to being an overcomer. And I think that my life, I think that for me, I'm supposed to be that one, that overcomer. I am a wife. I got married at 21, and by 25 I had 3 kids. So that whole I had a plan of me going to college, getting my master's degree, working for a company, then getting married, then having the kids. And that was not the road that I traveled because of the decisions that I chose to make. So now here I am, 30 years old with my 3 kids, and I've been married for, it'll be 10 years in this July of 2015. So I feel like I no longer have the right to say I'm not happy or I'm miserable and I hate the fact that my life is this way. So because that's how I felt, I said, you know what, I don't know what it is. I think that for me, I talked about it in a motivation video, I'm very intrinsically motivated. So I think that my job, what made me the light bulb come out on, is the fact that I wanted to prove to myself that I can do something and actually stick with it. Because I told myself I wanted to start this channel like years ago, and I told myself, like, what if I was consistent back then? What if I had stuck to what I planned to do back then and didn't give up? Who knows where I would be now? So instead of continuing to give up and say, oh, it's easier to give up. So instead of complaining, I decided that I'm going to channel that into making an effort toward creating a better life for myself, even at 30. I don't know why I feel 30 is old, because 30 is young, honey. And I need to get together and change that whole mindset. But, so yeah, I'm going to go into my goals. I'm trying to debate if I want to I'll share all of them. It's a lot. And well, not necessarily a lot, but these are my 90-day goals. I figured that I would make them 3 months at a time to make them more attainable. Well, I did them for the year, but I didn't necessarily do the how or the plan. So I have my goals, but I only created a plan for the next 90 days or 3 months, if that makes sense. Okay, so the first up on my list is I live in an apartment right now, and in Nowheresville, okay? So our plan is to move closer to Charlotte, in Charlotte, or maybe outside of Charlotte, like Concord, Huntersville, somewhere. If you know the Charlotte area, you know what I'm talking about. So that's my plan, is to move that, and how we're going to do that is just by continuing to save the money to have that security deposit, as well as the rent, as well as the first month's rent. And so our plan is to be out of here by spring, March, April, the very latest. But March, because it's on my 90-day sheet, okay? And then my next one is to build my Beachbody business. And then how I'm going to be doing that is just by continuously inviting, sharing my story with you all on all my social media outlets, just being real with you all, showing you that I'm doing the programs, I'm drinking my Shakeology, and this is how I'm getting the results by staying consistent and getting in these challenge groups and getting the motivation that you need to keep pushing forward. And another one of my goals is to increase my web presence. So I'm going to be Facebooking and Instagramming and Twittering all over the place. So I'm going to be doing that at least twice a day. So I'll put all the links to all that jazz in the description box. And I'm also going to be posting to my YouTube at least once a week, and that day will be Sunday. There will probably be times where I upload more than once a week, and it probably will be an additional day other than Sunday. For example, today is not Sunday, but you are watching a video of mine. So, I made sure that I wanted to come in and say Happy New Year and to get my goals out in the world, in the atmosphere, at least within the first week. So, so just look for me for that. And then I'm also trying to another goal is to devote more time toward yoga and pole fitness. And how I'm going to do that is by committing to at least 2 yoga sessions a week and at least 2 pole fitness sessions per month. I'm a little out of the way from a pole studio, so I really hope that I can get that done. At least if I can't do that, I'm still going to continue to work on the yoga to make me more flexible. That way when I get back to the pole, I can just get on it. And the strength training, use a lot of strength with a pole too. So I'm going to work on a lot of my core work too. That way, if I can't get to the pole studio, at least I'm still working on the foundational parts to make it a little bit easier for me to do. And then my final goal for these 90 days is to lose about 5 pounds. And how I'm going to do that is just by continuing to eat clean, eating very few treats and very few cheat meals. They'll probably kind of be non-existent for a little while. And then I'm going to cut back on the alcohol and make sure that I'm working out every day. Because I'm not really sure what's going on with my body, but I'm like losing up here, but in my lower body, because this arthritis thing is it's affecting my joints a little bit more than I want it to. So I can't do weighted stuff in my lower body that much. So I feel like I'm picking up weight here, or maybe I'm not losing fat. I don't know what's going on, but the cellulite is real, honey, and it needs to go. So those are all of my goals. I have 5 for the 90 days. They're very doable. Another thing that I am going to do, because a part of when I wrote a list of what made me unhappy, a part of that was the fact that I didn't have any local friends. I have my friends that I, went to school with, that I talk to on social media and over the phone. And I hear from family every now and again. But, when I call my family, I hear from them. So, that's another story. But, but I wanted to actually make physical relationships, the relationships that we created like while we were in college, to do that as an adult. It is hard, bruh. It is hard. I don't know if it's hard for everybody else, or maybe because of where we are, but I'll meet people, we'll exchange numbers, and then I'll call them, and then that's as far as it'll go. So I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Am I doing something wrong? Y'all let me know if I'm doing something wrong, what I'm supposed to be doing. So my goal is to reach out, go to, I'm on meetup.com, so I'm going to actually go to a meetup, and I'm going to try to do more networking and things like that. Another one of my goals, I'm not really sure why it's not on my paper, but I think that's a 6-month goal. But I want to do more modeling and photography and stuff like that, and so that's a little bit down the line. But I just wanted to put that out there too. I think that these first 90 days are going to be jam-packed full, and I am praying to God that I hold on to my motivation and that I do not give up this time, because it's all in me. Whether I succeed or I fail, it's on me. I can't blame nobody. I can't say, it was the kids, or oh, it was I can't say it's nobody but me, because once I get that determination and I figure out a how, that's the thing, is figuring out a how. So every goal that you set, you still need to have a how, because you can't say that by the end of this year, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Well, how you going to do it? Well, I'm just going to take it a day at a time. Nope. That is a recipe for a disaster. I know, because that's what I feel like. I'm going to take it a day at a time, and then I'm still in the same place that I was last year. And I am so over that. I am so over continuing to be in the same place that I was the year before, and the year before, and the year before. I should not have the same mentality that I had at 25. I should not have the same issues that I had at 25. I should not be stuck in the same rut that I was at 25. And so at some point, you know, you have to just say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm going to do something about it. So I'm going to hopefully infect you all with my determination and my motivation to continue to push forward, because we are totally able. And this channel was dedicated to moms, but this is like directed to anybody. But you know, as a mom, sometimes we feel like that's all we are, and that's it, and we don't have to do, and that's all we are here to do. But I mean, some of us, we have bigger goals, not bigger, but we have other goals that we need to achieve, and I don't want us to use that as an example. If you hear my kids, I'm sorry, they're out there playing. But yeah. And so I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up anyway. So again, Happy New Year, and I hope you are motivated within this first week to keep going. I'm going to check in maybe every couple weeks just to let you guys know how I'm doing with my goals, and we can do this together. And I promise you, if you make that declaration and you stick to it every day, and you get up and you tell yourself, I am an overcomer and I will do what I set out to do. I have a plan, so therefore it's going to happen. So God bless you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Peace.